You made an announcement earlier today.
We did.
Multimodal 4o.
Yeah.
It works across text, voice, vision. Can you speak to why this is important?
Because I think it's like an incredible way to use a computer. The idea of like voice-controlled computers for a long time. We had Siri and we had things before that. They've never, to me, felt natural to use. And this one, many different reasons. What it can do, the speed, adding in other modalities, the inflection, the naturalness, the fact that you can do things like say, hey, talk faster or talk in this other voice, and that it's the fluidity, the pliability, whatever you want to call it. I just can't believe how much I love using it.
Are there use cases that you've gravitated to?
Well, I've only had it for like a week or something. But one surprising one is putting my phone on the table while I'm like really in the zone of working. And then without having to like change windows or change what I'm doing, using it as like another channel. So I'm like working on something. I would normally like stop what I'm doing, switch to another tab, Google something, click around or whatever. But while I'm like still doing it, to just ask and get like an instant response without changing from what I was looking at on my computer, that's been a surprisingly cool thing. Over the last several years, we've been working on audio models. We've been working on visual models. We've been working on tying them together. We've been working on more efficient ways to train our models. It's not like, okay, we unlocked this one crazy new thing all at once, but it was putting a lot of pieces together. A thing that I've always thought would be super amazing is to put on someday a pair of AR goggles or whatever and just like speak the world in real time and watch things change. And that might get harder over network latency. But for this, 200 or 300 milliseconds of latency feels super, like it feels faster than a human responding to me in many cases.
You alluded recently to ChatGPT maybe not being, the next big launch not being GPT-5. It feels like there's been sort of an iterative approach to model development that you guys have taken. Is it fair to say that's how we should think about it going forward, that it's not going to be some big launch, here's ChatGPT-5, but instead?
We honestly don't know yet. I think that definitely one thing I've learned is that AI and surprise do not go well together. And although, the traditional way a tech company launches products, we should probably do something different. Now, we could still call it GPT-5 and launch it in a different way, or we could call it something different. But I don't think we figured out how to do the naming or branding for these things yet. Like, it made sense to me from like GPT-1 to GPT-4 at the launch. Now, obviously, GPT-4 has continued to get much better.
Does that mean maybe that the needs of the compute to make incremental progress on models might be less than what it's been historically?
I sort of think we'll always use as much compute as we get. Now, we are finding incredible efficiency gains, and that's really important. One of the cool thing that we launched today is obviously the voice mode. But maybe the most important thing is we were able to make this so efficient that we're able to serve it to free users. Like, best model in the world by a good amount, if you will look at that little thing, served to like anybody who wants to download ChatGPT for free. And it was a remarkable efficiency gain over GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo, and we have a lot more to gain there.